Hi.
Hi, the
Hi.
internet. Although everybody's phone is buzzing right now, so nobody's even here. So
Yeah, we'll give it a second.
we'll give it a
Are you
second.
tweeting?
Yeah.
I'm just about to tweet. I'm just about
Okay.
to tweet.
There was a tweet earlier, but it didn't have a link in it.
No, this tweet does though.
Okay.
The joke's kind of adulterated by the fact that I couldn't fit in a third clause. You know, I feel bad about that, but it got the job done. What do you need really, other than that?
To have
Yeah.
a son so that you don't die and your line ends?
Yeah. So here, I was talking to Austin about this earlier, and Austin was like, "Oh, it's gonna do 12."
At Jack's Clock on Twitter.
No,
Not
not
quite
quite
clock.
clock.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Which-
sorry.
Yeah, the
Not
name
quite.
is the name is Jack's Clock.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
And then a picture of Big Ben.
I promise you, I didn't make
I-
it. Do you believe me that when
I
I
believe that you didn't do it because we were playing a game when
Yeah.
when it happened.
Yeah.
I
When
think
Not
it might-
Quite Clock showed up.
My guess is Nick.
My guess was John.
Who the hell knows? My friend Ashton Reyes has been known to make silly accounts in the past, but I don't know whether or not he was watching.
Well, the account followed Jack in the Box, so it must have been
Okay.
someone in the Skype chat.
Yeah.
Is
Was it you,
my-
Austin?
It was not me. I don't do that.
I'm above that.
No, I'm just too lazy. I'm just too lazy for that.
Yeah, well, like, so the weird thing is, I'm just looking at it now, and I'm gonna freak myself out. The weird and fantastic thing about it is the picture in the background, like the header picture, is Victoria Park in Bath, which is where my Twitter bio says I live. Like that's a
Wow.
place I know.
Wow.
That's in it.
I mean, I don't like. It's the nearest big city to me. I don't live there.
How deep
so-
does this go? This could be my new Assassin's Creed, is seeing how deep this goes.
Yeah, well, if the person who makes Not Quite Clock is listening to this now, they should probably be aware of the fact that the world's greatest fake conspiracy theorist is currently on the call. So I do like the fact that it reps the tall trees, though.
Yeah,
That's
it does
good.
say that.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean your clock is supportive of you.
Yeah, it's very supportive of me. It marks time. It's in every single one of the demo recordings for all of the video game tracks I've ever recorded. Because it just goes. All right, so so I was talking to Austin earlier today, and Austin was like, "Well, I've got to catch up. I've got to understand all the history." And I was like, "Yeah, fair point, but I think there's something kind of cool about the fact that Keith and I are going to like recap this history to you, like the oral tradition of telling histories. But that's banking on the fact that Keith and I can remember it all, but we remember the important bits.
Well, yeah,
So,
there was
let's
this
talk-
green man who fought
So,
a yellow
what's-
man.
Whoa. Let's
So
go
what's
back to where I remember the last thing.
what's going to happen is I'll bring up
Can
the
we go
map
from there?
and I'll
Yeah.
I'll bring out the map and I'll pause the game, and then
Okay.
we'll talk about what's happening. And I mean,
Okay.
on any other game, I think that would probably bother the people watching. But since this game is just all about talking about politics,
And the only thing that happens in the game is the map anyway.
yeah, it's talking about politics. So I don't see that that's a problem. Okay, Crusader Kings. Have you got screen share?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That you just reminded me that every time that I've streamed KOTOR 2, I have had to take the first 20 minutes to recap all the other things that have happened in KOTOR 2 before I can start.
Fantastic. Yep.
And it's
sounds right.
also it is my favorite part too.
So let me just. It auto saved. So what's the most recent auto save? It's here. It would be 1070.
Well, pre-King Murder
be
was
Pre-King
we
Murder was
saved
the
and then
actual
Should be
quit.
the top one. It should
But
always
the
be.
save and quit
shouldn't it?
one. Yeah, I'm assuming it's this one, 25th of November, 1073. All right, let's go. Let's regicide. As Firefox in the chat says, there's regicide all over the place. There's actually
boy.
a queen at the moment, but okay, we'll fill you in.
Can
We'll
we?
fill you in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So can I just where we were
yeah.
when I
Do you don't even know
was-
Silver Fox.
No, I don't nothing. Like we made the character.
Okay, so let's
we,
let-
we yeah, okay. We got married. We got married. And for me that was like, okay, as one of your advisors, I helped you achieve your first aspiration, your first, what are they actually called in this game again?
Ambitions?
Ambitions.
Ambition, right? I've done my job. I can leave the rest to you and go kill things in Drang Lake for a little while, and everything will be fine.
Right. So Austin Walker
But
departed.
I think that was it. I
to the
think that
province
was
of
the
Drang
last
Lake.
thing.
Spymaster Walker.
Okay. So yeah, the other thing was there was a dude who had a faction to overthrow the king.
Okay. Right. So
This guy became our entire second play.
That's
our
what
entire second session.
That's kind of what I figured would happen.
Right,
So,
so
His
when
name
I
is Silver
left-
Fox.
well, no, sorry. Go on, Austin.
So that's where I think I left. Was faction was up in the air. You didn't know what side of that you wanted to come down on at that point. You wanted to. I think that was it. I think that's all we were at.
So this character who led the faction, who we're calling the Silver Fox, his name was Count Edouard.
Okay.
He
Was Count Edouard.
was Count Edouard. Count Edouard set this faction up, and we'd been consistently misreading the faction box because bizarrely, even though Edouard wants to become the king, which he does, and the faction was to become the king, which it was, Edouard's opinion of the king himself was actually pretty high. Like, Edouard liked the king. So this must have been some weird political thing where he was kind of just, like, putting his name out there or something.
I think what happened, what we discovered was that someone had put his name out there.
No. He put his own name out. Yeah, you're getting him
Okay.
confused with the other thing that happens.
With Silver Kit.
Yeah. So,
Okay. So I mean that happens though sometimes, right? Like, oh, that person is a cool dude, but he shouldn't be our leader.
yeah,
Like,
but we saw repercussions of that because almost immediately after you...
after what?
Check the
Oh,
screen.
you just died. You just died. You just died.
Holy shit.
Should we load the autosave and pause?
Yeah,
so we
load
can
the
at least-
autosave. I thought you had paused.
Yes, so did I.
Holy shit, we just died. Okay, well, so now we know what's coming.
No, that might not happen this time.
Oh, does
Okay.
it run the
Well,
RNG
also,
games? No,
our queen is with child, Austin.
Oh Jesus! So all
Stop
we, have to do,
spoiling stuff, Keith.
all we have to do is wait. Okay.
Stop spoiling stuff, Keith.
Okay. Well, it's not. Well, we're not. We're.
It is.
You're just saying that I spoiled it too soon, like about 30 seconds too soon.
Right. Well, that's literally every spoiler. It's just you spoiled it soon. No,
Yeah.
like I saw that movie 10 years ago. Don't spoil it for me.
Andrew Clare in the chat says, this game is so confusing. Every time I've tried to play it, I get baffled. Well, once we actually get to playing it, we'll explain what we're doing.
Yeah, it's shockingly simple.
Okay,
technically.
so, here we go. I'm going to explain what happened. Almost immediately after you left, the king, the guy who ran this territory here, Vin, the king was currently in Rennes. Okay.
King Conan II.
King Conan II. Yeah, the king. This guy here, the Duke of Vin, said, "I'm going to throw my lot in with the Silver Fox," and the king said, "No, you're not, mate," and promptly took his title away. So that guy just dropped out of the story completely. He lost his title. He died of old age. He's not important. The seat of power moved to Vin here, and the factions kept rolling on. At this point, almost exactly 15 minutes after you left, Keith Carberry stepped up to the mic and said, "What happens if we kill the king? We could just do that. What happens if we kill the king?" So
You're apparently a little quiet.
yeah,
Jack.
I'll just turn the thingy up. So I checked the stats, and we could totally kill the king. We could kill the king, and we could get we had a 74% plot chance of killing him. Which,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
was crazy.
plot chance is weird, but you know, it was a thing that we could do.
It was a higher number than anyone else we've ever looked at maybe killing.
Yeah, and so Keith and
Probably because there's this faction going around about putting this other
we were
person on
also-
the throne.
We were
right?
also
like
his chancellor at the time.
the king's chancellor.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we were literally right next to him. And
I do want to know that I would have opposed this option had I been there. Had I not, let me be clear, had I not shirked my duty
So-
to go play adventurer.
So here's the thing. I think I took on the voice of Austin here because Keith and Marshall were very much like, kill this person. And I was
Okay.
like, no, whatever we do, this is not going to be a clear thing. This is not going to be a little political coup. Someone is just going to run up and fucking stab the king. Like,
Hold on, can I, for once, can I real quick interject for a second? Jack, I don't think you are as much of a voice of reason as you're saying because your plan was to, instead of killing the king,
wait.
killing the king's heir's 4-year-old son.
No, that's more smart. I'd be on board with that
Okay,
plan.
well, so I was like, look, the
Less
problem.
people look at the king's heir's 4-year-old son. Like, no one looks at that.
Is that what's going to happen is the king's not going to die and it's going to go, oh, hey, Mr. Nantes, Mr. Nance, do you want to be
Mr.
the king?
Nancy.
That's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is armies are just going to just blossom. The French might invade, seeing their opportunity. Like, it's going to be chaos. So we were like, you know what? Let's just wait and see. But then we remembered that we could invite other people into the plot. So we were like, hey, what if we invite the Silver Fox into the plot? Because he hates the king, because we didn't know
at the time, sure.
So he brought this guy in, and we were like, hey, we got this great plan. Shall we kill the king? And he said, nope, not gonna happen. Which was this great twist for us, because right up until that point, we were like, yep, he's going to be on board. So we were like, if the guy who since the beginning of the game has been campaigning to remove the king from the throne doesn't want us to kill the king, we probably shouldn't kill the king. So we were like, okay, let's see what happens. And in about 2 months, all of this happened.
I.e. 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. The Silver Fox died. The faction vanished. The faction war ended. Brittany just solidified. We were like...
Under who?
Under King Conan.
Under King Conan.
Oh, so your assassination thing failed?
Oh, we just didn't do it.
We didn't even try.
Oh,
We enacted it, and then Jack immediately canceled it. And then we went through that whole thing, I think, 2 or 3 more times, where we started doing it and then canceled.
So then, the king died. Just straight up, he just died.
Yeah, about 60 seconds, 60 real life seconds after the fox died.
And after...
At the age of 35.
At this point...
A new age of history, you know?
This lady took over the throne. This is Queen Howie's...
Howie, okay.
Yeah, of Brittany. And her husband is King Hoel, who was one of our courtiers in Nantes a while ago.
She married a courtier? Her?
Yeah, she did. She was the heir for a while, but I think they were married when the game began.
Okay.
So she is currently...
She is somehow distantly related. She's like not... She wouldn't have been the heir if he had any better heirs. Like, she was kind of a shitty heir.
Yeah, but she had a solid enough claim that she just went straight in, like, no problems.
Yeah.
At which point, we thought about killing her for a bit. Then we thought about killing her children for a bit. But in the end, we sort of settled down. Then, charging out from the back alleys, came, looking like a complete idiot, the Silver Kit, the son of the Silver Fox, who had absolutely none of the Silver Fox's magnificence, grace, and kindness. In fact,
or hair.
In fact, he hadn't even put himself up. Instead, this guy up here in Leon had put himself up for it.
Right, put the Silver Kit up.
Put the Silver Kit up.
So the guy in the corner up there had
it was like the Goblet of Fire situation, where you can't nominate yourself.
Yeah, totally. So we were like, oh, faction wars are back on. What's going to happen? Because we know that...
Can I ask a really
go for
weird question? What are the laws in Brittany about
succession?
Right now, it is the oldest son will be the heir, and if there is no eligible son, then the daughter will do it.
Okay, so it's
which is why the queen is like the head queen, because the guy's other sons were 4.
I got you.
Okay, so Queen Howie, this kind of rumbled on for a bit, and we were like, what's going to happen? And Keith was like, Keith didn't know that we had an army that we could raise, so he just thought we didn't have an army. So he was like, you should maybe just raise an army. And I was like, here we go, 1,000 men, boom. And then I dismissed them because we didn't need them. And then all hell broke loose. Just out of nowhere, suddenly, this guy's army woke up and started marching on Vin. And the Queen...
Through our land?
No.
Who did he cut through?
He came... Oh, yeah, I guess he came through Cornwall.
What's the one that's above Van? I can't read it. Penta something? Penthel? That's where...
So he went through there. Okay, is that where Silver Kit was at?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
At which point, the Queen flipped the fuck out.
She totally freaked.
And was like, you know what? That's my city. So she besieged Leon. Like, we had the whole wiggly line here. All of this was cross-hatched. Leon was... There were armies outside Leon. Battles were happening in Penthièvre. It was crazy.
And we were sipping tea in Cornouailles?
Yeah, we were just.
No, we're in
Nod.
Not. Yeah.
Oh, wait. I thought we were in Cronoy. Were we not in
Yeah,
Cronoy?
we have
We're
been
in
the
Nod.
count of both since the beginning.
Oh, I see. But we're in Not. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We decided to move from Cornwall to Not.
Yeah. So
I would not approve of that move, but okay.
So we were talking about how the fact that
Maybe I would.
we didn't have any, like, we're so bad at the speed of plotting in this game. Like, other people are plotting way faster than us, and we literally said this. And after saying it, Queen Hawiz imprisoned the guy. She imprisoned the guy's wife. She immediately gave the guy's youngest son her own personal tutor, and took Leon back.
Huh.
So you can see that
So
Leon...
you're holding that son as basically a hostage.
Yeah, you can see that Leon here is...
Oh, I see.
Oh, he's a Count Edouard. He is... Oh, this is cool. Okay.
Is that the same name as the
Silver Fox family, yeah.
But her dad was the guy who she imprisoned. He died in the dungeons.
What were his...
His
Okay.
wife is still in prison.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Interesting that he's named after the Silver Fox.
Yeah, that's a cool touch.
Yeah, their whole line are Edwards, as far as we can tell.
Well, no, because that's not the Edwards line, right? That's not Silver Fox's line.
No,
That's
they're
the
related.
Line.
They're related.
Are they? Okay.
I think
See,
so.
that dude didn't have any brothers that would have been the Silver Fox Edwards.
He was like a little tiny boy. So his father, I think, was
No, he
brothers
checked. I'm
with-
saying no, he wasn't. He just checked his
Oh,
brother.
okay.
So maybe he
Maybe
was just
Edwards is a popular name.
Yeah, or maybe they were bros. Like maybe it was like
Yeah.
maybe the
I'll name
reason he
you
supported
after-
Silver Kit was like, I really liked your father. I promised your father I would help you rise to prominence. You know where
Like,
he
I
failed.
trust that the game models this stuff, even if it models it in a weird statistical way.
Yeah.
So and then some other interesting things happened. Padrick developed into this kind of like just guy. So like as he's gotten older, I think he's still a complete idiot, but he's probably like quite.
He's just
kind
he's
of-
a well-meaning idiot. Yeah.
Well, and how old was he when Silver Kit tried to do his stuff?
That would be about maybe 2 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
he
we're
was
older
either
than
29 or
Kit by
30.
Okay.
But remember,
So,
the kit didn't really have anything to do in this fight. It was all the guy who's now in prison.
Yeah, but he
and
could have
dead.
said no, right? He could have
that's
said
true.
no.
That's totally
And I kind of feel like maybe Padrick learned a little bit about himself from seeing
France
Kit.
was at war for the longest time, but doesn't really seem
Not
to be
with-
anymore.
Yeah.
With
they were
themselves.
even fighting in our territory at some point.
Oh yeah, no, they're still at war, but they've got they've got one war going on with the
Okay.
with
Old bastard.
No, with Dijon, which is now part of
Oh, it's a new
France.
war.
I guess it got taken over.
Mm-hmm.
Old bastard.
He used to be. He was at war with like Old Dirty Bastard or something. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Or it was like
Jack Flo.
Roger the Bastard
Jacques
and
Cousteau could never
Joe
get
the
this
Old.
low. Right.
All right. So yeah. So and then we were like,
It's deep type flow. It's deep type flow. Jacques
Jack
Cousteau
Cousteau could never get this low. It's weird. I don't know the next line, but I know his intonation on it. Like,
I know. That's the worst. Anyway, continue.
anyway. So at this point, we just sent our chancellor to check out some stuff going on here. He was offed. They iced him, so we replaced.
Oh, jeez. Okay, wait. So who were we? So we were tutoring someone?
No.
No,
Oh, I
no,
think
no. The queen is tutoring. Basically, took the kid
Yeah.
hostage as a student.
Yeah,
Basically,
it's tutoring.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So also, so we replaced our chancellor, and then just
Thank
as we were fiddling around, we replaced our chancellor with this guy who we invited to our court through the intrigue menu, and he is knocking it out of the park as a like he is
he's an
a
excellent.
masterful.
He's
chancellor.
literally more than 3 times better than our last chancellor.
Yeah.
Adworth in the chat. Adworth says Anjou is at war with another vassal in France. France itself
Yeah,
isn't at
yeah.
war.
I was using France is at war in a kind of like a loose sense.
Okay, like France is in. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
I got
like
you.
France
war
is
is
in
happening in
war.
Or,
War
yeah,
is
I got
happening in the French bit area.
or takes France. Got it.
And
Yeah. So and then just as we were messing around, we were like, hey, maybe we should just see who our other spy master options were, and it's our fucking wife.
Yeah, of course.
She's
really
yeah, our
good.
wife is our new spy master.
She's
Yeah, good.
really good at that. So she's our wife, and she is tearing it up down there.
That Yeah, where is he? Where do you have
She's
her?
here. She's here. We
Oh,
just put her
okay.
here to just keep an eye out for plots and uncover
That's
plots
like
here.
yeah. Well, after our last chancellor got killed, that
Yeah,
makes
this
that
guy
makes a lot of
here
sense.
is fabricating a claim on Leon.
Good. No, listen, if we can, that would be great.
Oh, because if we survive, so the current... Oh, I'll tell you that in just a second. So then we were like, we really need an heir.
Bad.
Whatever's happening, we're not getting down to Bone Town. And literally, as we said that, we got an option popped up, in which Patrick was like, yeah, you know what, chaps, I don't have an heir. I've got 3 options. Option A is turn to Jesus, which had a 70% chance of doing nothing.
Yeah, that's okay.
Option B was, well, I mean, I guess I can manage without, in which, like nothing would happen. And option C was, you know what, I'll visit the Countess every night, in which there was a 70% chance of gaining a fertility boost, but we would also gain the trait stressed.
Aw. Aw. Patrick.
Patrick
buddy.
is having a hard run of it.
Aw. Pal.
So we kept on going with that for a bit, and we were like, hey, is anything going to come
With
of
that
that?
French stuff.
With that French stuff. Earlier in one of the streams, Keith was like, hey, do you want to have a go with some of that French stuff? And he was talking about like these guys.
Right.
Yeah. And
I was talking about literally forming relationships with some of the French provinces.
Right.
And I thought that it was a euphemism.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a euphemism. That sounds you were. Here's the thing: you were both right. I think.
Yeah. Yes.
Janine says, "Isn't it hard to get your wife preggo with heirs and spares when she's forever away?" You'd think so, but it's not. So I'm really not sure how that works. I guess maybe we just ride up and visit her, or the game doesn't model that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I guess it would just be really irritating.
My suspicion might be that maybe because she's over there, there's a fertility negative, maybe that's counteracted by a boost. Who knows? Who knows?
I genuinely don't believe that they model.
Yeah,
At
because basically right after we said, yeah, let's visit her every night,
she became pregnant.
She became pregnant.
So she is currently with child, and that
Is where we're at.
Austin, is where we're at. Unfortunately, we just died.
That
So
might
we've-
not happen this time. The RNG just may not roll that way.
Does it change it? Does it do it
Yeah,
differently every
absolutely.
time?
100%.
Okay,
100%.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like this is what I'm saying when I say that there was like a fertility negative. What I mean is like it might just be that because she's over there, there's a -10 to fertility, but that +70 we got is still better than like. And so everything in this game is based on those probabilities. So we right now might have a 20% chance to just die whenever, and that's or like a 0.20% chance, and we just happen to hit that. Do you know what I mean? Like the health of the character. Every character is always. You could have a really healthy person at 19 who dies. And you could load that game and say, like, okay, well, it just didn't happen this time. Who knows? Who knows what happened?
Yeah. So, and that's great. There's XCOM handles that really nicely. XCOM actually has options for you to turn that system to, like, keep the save seed or generate a new save seed when you load a new save, which is really, really cool. After Janine said, isn't it hard to get your wife preggo with heirs and spares? Art said, not if you're really good at it. So, okay, so here's what the plan is. The current plan, and I think, Keith, correct me if I'm wrong here, the current plan is to play it safe until we have a kid, whilst simultaneously fabricating a claim on Leon here.
Yeah,
then
we definitely want Leon. We want to...
Once we've got a kid and we've got it sorted, then what we're going to do is we're going to sow some dissent in Leon, possibly just to rouse up this thing going on here again, so that if we can cause another war with Leon to happen, we can just go charging in with the Queen, and then when it all falls out, we can be like, hey, you know what, we've got a claim on that.
The Queen will not like that.
No,
as long as you know that.
No, I know, but
in fact,
it's better than just
my advice is to not charge in there with the Queen. Let the Queen charge in there herself, and then because she'll
then tell her about our claim.
No, then we make the claim and charge in there and claim it and just hold it, and she'll be weak from years, hopefully years, of trying to take it back the first time.
I think that at this time we should also be making a concerted effort, possibly with daggers and poison, to undermine her legacy. She's got 4 children.
Who is her heir right now?
Her heir are her 4 kids.
Alan,
okay, great.
This guy.
Yeah, okay. I see.
So I think we should definitely be getting some child murdering. We should definitely be getting our child murdering.
Again, especially once we get the heir, or the claim.
And an heir. Because once we have an heir...
But they're just kids. They're just little
you don't
kids.
understand. You don't understand. Like, Austin can confirm this. I really don't like killing people in video games if I don't have to. But this is a very different sort of game for me. Like I'm quite happy to play politics in this game. I don't have a problem with killing people in this game.
They released an update that let you choose whether or not you wanted to keep that fixed RNG or change it up.
XCOM or this?
No, XCOM.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, so I'm going to unpause. We're going to go fingers crossed. I'm trying to think about how best to start explaining this to give like a I tell you what we'll do. We'll just explain what we're doing as we're doing it. So right now we're going to unpause the game. We're going to set it to its lowest speed setting, and we're just going to...
We're going to maybe not die.
We're just going to kind of see what happens for a bit. We're just sort of going to see what happens. We've set out our goals just a second ago, and we're going to try and kind of stick to them, but this game is going to do really weird things. Here we go.
We did set a new ambition, didn't we? What was that?
Yeah, our new ambition is have a son.
Great, okay. What if we have a daughter? That would be a real bummer.
Yeah, but she'd be alright though. She'd be alright. She'd still be alright.
Yeah, she would still be alright.
Where's the little button saying, "Oh, her ambition is to have a daughter"?
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Pregnant. Spouse opinion.
Okay.
Right. Oh, also we bought her a horse, and now she's just got little hearts in her eyes for us because we bought her the best, most expensive horse. Because we have loads
horses are nice.
We've also been improving our place.
And a nice thing to know about having all that money is that when things go bad, we can hire mercenaries, and they help a lot.
Yeah,
we actually have not enough money to hire even one mercenary.
No, we have not enough money to hire even one assassin.
Yeah, one mercenary is 450 gold.
It's 400. Okay.
You might be thinking of an assassin. Yeah. I don't know.
Just to give you some perspective, buying a castle is 700 gold. So
there might be, when it's time, let's check again, because sometimes the mercenary groups switch around. Like, there will be new ones up for hire, and I remember there being some that were within reach if you saved up a little bit.
Totally.
And they can swing, like a little area of the map like this, a single mercenary group can completely change the course of the whole fight. They're honestly a little overpowered as it stands, so I think one of the most recent updates fixed that. But
so Andrew and Art in the chat who are saying that
fuck, okay,
we died.
Maybe,
roll again.
He died sooner. That ruled for 7 years.
Okay.
Should we roll one more time?
One more time, yeah. Let's see if we can get. All we need to do is live until there's a child. I mean, also, I just want to be clear. The second, all of our plans about what we want to be doing are going to be real tricky ruling as a kid, as literally a 0 year old.
I'm gonna make our wife the regent because I kind of trust her.
Okay.
I think.
How much we have zero control over what the regent does, right? We just have to like wait on it.
I'm pretty sure that that's the case. I'm also not 100% sure that we get to pick who the regent is. Yeah, no, you don't pick the regent.
Oh, okay. Right. So, people in the chat who are saying that this game is confusing, I can kind of understand that because we're just talking a load of political stuff. But all this political stuff is like dominoes. It just like once you get the tiniest foothold, it all begins to like form itself in your.
And especially, you don't even have to do anything. It just happens. It all just happens around you.
He's fabricated a claim. We've got one.
Oof.
Use it. Yeah, let's do that.
Well, we're not going to just keep it though. Like.
No. Well, what are the two options?
If we let it go, then we'll have to re-establish a claim.
Yes.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
My liege, my work in Leon seems to have come to fruition by bribing, cajoling, exhorting, threatening, and forging documents. What a bishop! I have managed to fabricate a claim on the county of Leon, presently held by Count Edouard of Leon. I leave it up to you whether to use it or not.
What's the Queen think about us?
The Queen's opinion of us is... So we can find out characters' opinion by moving over them. 1.
1.
Oh. Okay.
With -1 being bad, the first bad one.
Right.
So she just barely likes
us.
Okay,
lose prestige. We lose gold. We get a strong claim on the county of Leon.
A strong claim means that it's inheritable. A weak claim dies with us. A strong claim means that our heirs can press the claim.
Now, here's the other thing that I'm thinking as well. Like, Austin, you say the Queen won't like it, but remember, like, she doesn't necessarily own this place. Well, I mean, she owns it, but
yes,
it would essentially just. But wouldn't it just be bickering with her?
No,
vassals?
because if what I was saying was the plan that you had pitched to me was that you were going to try to sow discord so that the Queen would stomp them out.
But here's the thing: it says
but if we
it doesn't
use it
say
and just
anything with the
attack
queen. It would
Edouard.
tell us if the queen wouldn't like us. This just says
Yeah.
Edouard.
No, I didn't.
So
No,
if we
you
use
guys
it-
aren't. You guys aren't listening to what I'm saying. You guys aren't. Okay, so what I said was, you said that your plan was to cause dissent in Lyon so that they would try to go after the queen again, and then the queen would stomp them out, and then we would press the claim. Right now, we're not pressing any claim. All you're getting is taking a claim. Anytime that you try to like take land that is not yours inside of the queen's land, she is not going to like that very much.
Right,
And the
but
way that you pitched it to me, it sounded like what you were saying was that the queen would take that land
And then
from
we'd
them.
take it off her. Right, no,
Right.
sorry.